Hello and welcome to Nevada State High School's Portfolio Packaging Who You Are tutorial. Use the guide bar at the bottom of the presentation to navigate through the presentation. Go ahead, click the forward button now to begin the presentation. During this tutorial, we will discuss general information about compiling and maintaining a portfolio. In this video, we will discuss why a portfolio is needed, what you will be required to have in your portfolio, as well as the grading and submission of your Nevada State High School portfolio. These points will help you as you work through the school year in keeping your portfolio in proper working order, keeping everything where it needs to be so you have it ready at any time. At the end of this presentation, you will take a 5-question quiz. Let's get started. Click to the next slide when you're ready. So, why are students required to keep a portfolio at Nevada State High School? The school wants you to be able to tell your story. This portfolio is a collection of documents and resources that you will be able to use long after graduation to let others know who you are and what you have done. Your portfolio will be unique to you and your story. Later, we will be discussing specific things you will be required to have in your portfolio, but always remember, this is a representation of you. It tells your story and what sets you apart. What have you done? What are you proud of? What things will represent you and what you can do? Click to the next slide when you are ready. Another great thing about this portfolio is that it keeps helping you after graduation. It will contain all kinds of information and resources that you will need when applying for college, graduate school, scholarships, internships, and assistantships. Even after college, it will be useful. When applying for jobs, this portfolio will be a valuable resource. You will be able to show potential employers your story in a very organized, easy to review and understand, and professional way. It is important that you keep updating it throughout your college and professional careers. Add new and updated documents, forms, awards, and accomplishments to it. Again, your individual story, your accomplishments and abilities are what you are telling to the world through your portfolio. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Everything that goes into your portfolio should have a place so it is organized and information is easy to find. The portfolio checklist is like your table of contents. It shows you all of the required documents and where to place them in your portfolio. It also has items that we do not require but recommend you include to prepare for transferring to college after high school. You may not have some of the recommended items like work experience, but you can add these as you get them. Keep the checklist with your portfolio, and when you begin to accumulate items, move them into the proper tab areas. There are 5 tabs on the checklist: Professional, College Planning, Academic History, Assessments, and the Nevada State High School tab. Under each of these tabs is a list of documents that are both required and recommended for your portfolio. We cannot overemphasize that this is your portfolio and it needs to reflect who you are. If there are items you feel should be included in your portfolio that are not on the checklist, simply identify the tab that best fits your item and place them there. Please be sure those items are in the back of the tabbed area and all the required documents are in the order specified on the checklist. Click to the next slide when you are ready. This is part of the portfolio checklist. Notice the tabs are labeled in bold type and individual items that go in the tabs are under it with checkboxes. The order you see the items listed is the order they need to appear in your portfolio. Notice, after letters of recommendation is a label in parentheses indicating this is a recommended item and is not required. Anything on the checklist with this recommended label is not required for your grade. When including items in your portfolio, you may have some holes. For example, you would have your resume, interview scores, and volunteer hours in that order. Then you could have work experience, scholarship awards, and a certificate, say for CPR certification. Notice you skipped some of the recommended items you do not have, but keep the items you do have in order according to the checklist. If you were to add an additional item related to your professional life not on the checklist, you would place it last, just behind your CPR certificate. You would then start your new tab and have the high school academic plan first. Click to the next slide when you are ready to continue. Let's discuss the submission and grading process. When you submit your portfolio, we'll have a form both you and Nevada State High School staff members will sign called the Portfolio Check-in Receipt. This validates the portfolio was received. You'll need to come and submit it in person during your assigned study skills time. When the school completes grading the portfolios, there will be a post on Moodle indicating that the portfolios are now ready to be picked up. We will hold them for 2 weeks at Nevada State High School, and you can come pick them up during normal office hours. The school will no longer hold these after 2 weeks. Remember, these are valuable tools that you may want to use in the future, so keep them in good condition and update them often. Juniors will be resubmitting these as a senior, so be sure you pick them up. If you don't, you'll be recreating it all over again, including your volunteer hours and social points. Click to the next slide when you're ready to continue. For grading, the first step is turning it in on time. If you are a second-year senior, you will need to resubmit your updated portfolio. If you are a junior or a first-year senior, this will be your first submission. This means if juniors do not pick up their portfolio after grading, they will need to redo everything their senior year, and copies of items that cannot be duplicated will be destroyed. It is also important for juniors to complete their assignments in the portfolio because when they are busy seniors, they will already have all of the information they need for college applications, scholarships, and essays. Everything other seniors are stressed about all in one place in their portfolio. Think about it. You have all the links, due dates, and templates already filled out for scholarship applications that will likely be available again your senior year. You will already have it done so that all you have to do is update and transfer the information. It's easy. Before the school grades the portfolios, they will be judged as a whole unit. You will need to submit it in a clean, professional-looking, black 3-ring binder. It does not need to be fancy, just in good condition. Think of something you would take to an executive board meeting. The school will be looking for the tabs and all documents being placed in the proper order under each tab. It is not required, but it is strongly recommended that you place each page in its own plastic sleeve for protection. Finally, the school is looking to make sure all of the required documents are in the portfolio and in their proper location. The school is not into hunting for documents. You will be marked down for missing or submitting incomplete documents. In the next slide, we will discuss the grading of each item in your portfolio. Click to the next slide when you are ready to continue. The final part of grading is looking at the actual items in your portfolio. With each item, the school will be asking 3 questions. First, are all the required documents in the right place? Second, do they contain the required information? And third, are the submitted documents in your portfolio completed to a high standard, or are they only partially filled out? If information is missing, some documents will get partial points. For example, if you only have 30 of the 40 required hours of service documented in your portfolio, you will receive a partial score. If you are missing your first mock interview, you only receive half the points for your interview scores. If you only complete the first page of a mock FAFSA form, you will only get partial credit. Make sure all of your documents are in order and completely finished in order to get full points. You do not want to leave any holes in your story. Click to the next slide when you are ready to continue. Seniors will utilize the portfolio to qualify for the Regents Diploma. The Regents Diploma is the highest diploma the school offers, and students must earn an 80% on their portfolio in addition to meeting other requirements to earn this diploma. Students must apply early to be considered for this diploma and submit all their documents on time. The higher requirements are notated on the checklist. Please see the student handbook for additional details. Click to the next slide when you're ready. We have discussed some valuable information regarding the portfolio at Nevada State High School. We covered the why behind creating the portfolio, we addressed what goes into the portfolio, both required and recommended documents, and we talked about the submission and grading process. Now let's take a short 5-question quiz on your understanding of the portfolio. Click to the next slide when you're ready. Let's go through a couple of things before you begin your quiz. After answering each question, click Next. After answering all of the questions, click the Submit All button. You will have 2 opportunities to take this quiz. Take your time and read each question carefully. Click to the next slide when you are ready to begin.